Welcome, Urs, and thank you so much for joining me today to talk about how to recognize a reputable Swiss wealth manager.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, I would say the very first thing when looking for a reputable wealth management firm, no matter where they're based, is the regulatory oversight. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Especially with our business at WHVP, we mainly focus on US persons. And there it is important that we are not only licensed and registered here in Switzerland, but also in the country where our clients are from. So we have to be registered with the SEC. And in general, no matter really where you live, there is in most cases a regulatory authority which overviews or oversees the asset managers in that country. And so look up, maybe ask your search engine or like AI assistant or whatever, what are the requirements to do this job, to be an asset manager, and go from there.
Absolutely. And when you register with the SEC, you have to publish a lot of information also on the people involved. Like you have to publish where there have been any complaints about the firm, where there have been any lawsuits. So you will see big red flags in the filings of those companies that are typically or should be published online. And then I think besides this hard factor of the regulatory side, there's also the more softer factors, I guess. Things like how long has the company been in business for? Do they have online reviews? Do they have people that have like high levels of education? Are they visible with their online profiles? Do they put out a lot of information about themselves? And I think this is a good second step to see whether or not you believe the company is reputable.
Yeah, definitely. It also shows their level of expertise depending on how many resources or educational pieces, blog posts, YouTube videos, whatever they give out. So you can see how they think, how they react, how they are educated, and what perspective they have. And so that is also important towards what are your specific needs. So what are you looking for? Are you looking for someone who covers just the US market? Are you looking for someone who covers more the global market? Or even if you're looking for a specific expertise like private equity. So always go into the website, look what is there, maybe talk to other professionals as well and compare the two to each other.
Yeah, for sure. And I think as a third step, probably because what we do is so relationship and trust focused, you will have to talk to the people involved, because even if they are reputable, they might just not be a good personal fit, or as you mentioned, they might not offer exactly what you're looking for. So if they meet all the criteria you have in terms of like their history, the regulation, etc., and you like what you see, reach out to the people who are responsible at the firm, have a personal conversation, ask your questions, and just get a sense of whether or not the culture of the company speaks to you and whether or not you feel comfortable with the person answering your questions. Because I think you can already feel and gain a lot more information in an initial consultation like that.
Yeah, definitely. Or you can also speak to other professionals that are related to the industry, but not in the same industry. So, for example, asset protection lawyers, CPAs, ask them whether they have someone maybe in their network that can refer you to, because they already have experience working with this asset manager, and then you can get or benefit out of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think personal connections and recommendations are always extremely valuable. Anything else to add, or do you think we have covered enough ground for today?
I think we have covered almost everything. One last point is like there are a lot of lists out there with questions you should ask your asset manager. And I think these are very valuable as a starting point. And I think even we at WHVP published one of these lists.
Yeah, absolutely. Great point. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you. Until next time.